Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully installed Axios, right? So now in this video, first of all I want to check it. I want to check like if you go to our React project in our front end, into the front end, like that is our top banner, right? So into the top banner, for this top banner data I have already created one of the API. Now I want to get this API data. First of all I want to check it, then everything will be more clear to you. So for doing this we have to go to that is our Laravel, and here I have already created all that APIs, right? And for the top banner here you can see I have already created one of the URL as a home page title, and that is one of the get method. So if you want to run it again, better I copy it. So here into this select home method, that means in our home page etc controller, into this controller I have already created one of the method as a select, you can see select home title. So into the select home title it will be selected our home title and then home subtitle. That means if you go to our database, into the database, that is our home page etc. So here you can see there is a field name as a home title as a easy learning one, and then home subtitle as easy learn professionally one. So these two of this data now I want to get it. So here I have created this method, and for access this method our route name as a home page title. So I copy it and now I open. I have already checked everything one by one, right? So you can see that is our in our postman, and that is our URL as API home page title. So when you select as home page title, and after that if you click as a send, and also that is one of the get method, so automatically you can see from to the database is perfectly get our these two of this data, right? So as a home title and then home subtitle. So now I want to get it. I want to get this data and I want to visible it in our this React home page, that means here. So if you want to do that work, so that is our, first of all we have to find out this appropriate file location. So here I have already loaded one of the component. If you go to right now our React project, we don't need this. I close it, and also we don't need this. So here I have created this component into the component area. If you go to that, maybe in our top banner, there is a top banner navigation. So to the top banner navigation, you can see before I have actually used one of the static data as a easy learning and then learn professionally. So now step by step I will make every part as a dynamic. So first of all I want to check it, our Axios is perfectly working or not. So into the component, if you want to load this get request data, first of all we have to run as a component did mount, remember? So I run as a component did mount. Okay, so I simply use that component did mount. So as I told you before, component did mount, that is this function actually exactly execute when this class will be, that is when this component class will be executed. First of all this method will be executed. Okay, so now I simply load it. So into this component did mount area, here I want to load our Axios get method. If you go to that again Axios, and here they have some of the also instruction, you can see there is a perform for the get request, you can use this one. So now I simply copy it. I copy these portions only. So that is Axios get and then error. So I copy it, and now in our project area here I simply paste it. Okay, so I want to paste it in here. Perfect. So that is our Axios code. So when you use that Axios, also we have to load it. Remember I have already discussed about that things with you. So that is all, we have to import it. So I just simply import our Axios. Okay, Axios from to the Axios. Okay, import from to the Axios. So make sure you add it. So when you use that Axios, here you have to use import this Axios. Okay, from to the Axios. So I have already installed that Axios. Automatically it will be get this data. So now there is a component did mount and Axios get. Axios will be get our, here we have to add that URL. So right now I want to access our which API URL. I want to access directly this URL. So now I want to simply copy it, and then here I simply paste it. So I simply paste it. So here I simply paste it. So now it will be get all the data, and it will get this data. First of all I want to check it with this console log. Right now we don't need this. So into this console log area I get all that our response data. So now into the console, into the response area I want to pass this data. So I simply pass this data. Okay friend, And then there is our catch for the error handling. So I will do the things later. Right now, first of all, I want to check it. So that is our component, and that is our Axios part, right? So now from here it will be hit this API, and from to this API it will be get this data, then it will be take it into the response. So now into the console log, into the response, I just simply pass this data, which data you will be get it from here. Okay, so now let's check this out. If you now want to check it, click as a refresh. That means I want to click as a save all, and now go to our page, and now I want to refresh it. And now I want to check it with the console mode. Now if you go to that inspect, into the inspect, if you want to check it, we have to check it into the console. If you select this console, so into this console, I want to check it is perfectly getting this data or not. You can see here they have one of the array. So into this array, you can see it's now getting one data. What that means, they have the one array. Yes, you can see home title, it's perfectly get our this data. That is a easy learning, and also in our home title, that is a home subtitle, that is our learning professionally one. Perfect. So that is means our total things is executed. You can see, friend, it's perfectly access our this API, you get this data, now it's response this data with this data. So you can see it's now visible in here. That means we perfectly get all the data from our database, and that means our Axios is perfectly working in here. So I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you. So our Axios is now perfectly working. So here our Axios is perfectly working, right? So now we have to actually update our this URL, that is our app URL. So almost I don't want to actually use this API. That means this link is always the common. If you go to our all that APIs, you can see for our all that APIs, so this part actually the common, right? So now we have to actually organize all that our app URL. So how can do that work? In our next video, I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.